Oh yeah. What's good? What is good? What is good? Everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome to the Ruthless Round Table. And we are here to discuss the unthinkable. Of course, it's your girl Tika Deshawn, as well as the one and only VACAY-JTV. What's good, Jay?
What up? What up? We live. We live. We live. What's good, people? What's good, people? We back. We back. Ruthless Round Table. We in the building. Lot to talk about on this one right here. This one, man, oh man, I'm looking forward to hearing what you got to say and hear what the people got to say about this unthinkable episode, man. Crazy.
Definitely crazy. Shout out to Bebe. Thank you for tapping in.
What
Hey,
up?
Bebe. Ruthless
Hey,
fam,
hey,
what's
hey.
good? Demetria Richburg, thank you for tapping in as well.
Yeah,
Again, we know that the title of this episode was The Unthinkable, and the description was as follows: River fights Andrew to regain an important title. Agent Millard carefully negotiates for a hostage exchange, and the highest punishes Ruth with unspeakable acts, y'all. And this ish was crazy. That's all I can say. The
crazy.
ish was crazy.
Yeah.
Um, Initially, Jay, what were your thoughts? What were your thoughts on just, I ain't gonna say thoughts. If you could rate it, if you could rate this episode 1 to 5 devils,
Wow.
1 to 5
One to five
devils, what would
purple
you give
purple
it?
devils, purple
Purple
emoji
devils,
devils.
purple emoji devils.
Oh man, this one was rough for me. If y'all watch my recap, y'all know that, man. This one was really, really dark. Like this went left. I'm gonna have to give it like out of five devils, I would give it like I would give it a four. I would give it a four
Okay, okay. I
because I
mean,
can't
I
expect anything different. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
right,
ruthless. So
right. Listen,
yeah,
it for me, y'all drop in the comments your devils on the Richter scale. Was it 1 to 5 devils, 5 being the highest? For me, and I've said in his previous conversations, even just chatting it up with the audience, for me it was a 5 because the
mm,
unthinkable was definitely unthinkable. A lot of the things that have been discussed and we haven't even seen them acted out just of yet, but
yeah,
they were definitely some unthinkable acts for me. So there was not a moment for me that lost me. I was just like, wait, what? Did he
yeah,
what? Did he just say what? So literally the whole time on the edge of my bed,
yeah,
grasping, and then when I had to do, do my images, capture my images, grasping
yeah.
my mouse, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm looking at this again.
Crazy,
So yeah.
crazy.
So but yeah, so I gave it a 5. 5 devils for me. 5 purple devils for me.
Hmm.
Um what's up, Cosmic Kai Kai? Thank you. I see you with the 5 devils. One, two, three,
Yeah.
four, five. Yep. Crazy,
Wow,
right?
yo.
Crazy.
Crazy
It was
episode.
wild.
Like
It was wild. It was wild.
if people wanted to know what Ruthless was about, this is the episode that explains it all because it went from every aspect. You know what I'm saying? From Ruth getting in trouble to, the whole duel thing to, Obadiah catching her, getting beat down. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that we've seen since season one was all captured in this episode. And it was just a lot of surprises because we run it back with Callie. You know what I'm saying? Like Callie was in the first scene of the first episode of season one. And now we running it back here where we got an older Callie slash Ruby and she's doing the unthinkable, which is crazy. It's crazy.
So
Yeah.
crazy. So
Yeah.
crazy. But we in this very first scene, we see the highest. Everybody is making their way into the pavilion, and the highest is telling the people straight up, "Listen, we about to go to the Raku, but
Yeah.
before we go to this Raku, I need me a leader." And this is where the duel comes from with Andrew as well as River.
Hmm.
And I'm thinking, I'm just looking at the people like, y'all do realize he telling y'all it's time for us to go. Like, we don't know exactly what time we're going to take ourselves out, but we do realize that, or we know that we about to go to the Raku. Any particular thoughts on the highest speech, Jay?
Nah, nah. I mean, this was all kind of like expected. You know what I'm saying? Like since the ending of the last episode, it's like, all right, we're gonna have a duel, and this is what it's gonna be. So, him having a speech about, yeah, I'm looking for a leader. Yeah, he's loyal, but we're looking for a real strong soldier. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This was all expected, so it wasn't nothing new. The fact that Ruth is now really being sentimental because Callie is walking in with the rest of her little soldiers, and she's like, she won't even look at me, and she's really feeling it right now. She's really emotional. I'm gonna chuck it up to her being pregnant as well. So she's probably really emotional more so now than she was when she wasn't pregnant, right?
Mm,
She
mm,
still would feel some type of way about Callie, but now I guess it's at its extreme point because she is pregnant with the
right.
baby. That Callie's now looking at her and all of that. So yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm feeling bad for Ruth. I'm really feeling bad for Ruth.
Yeah, that's a tough feeling to once upon a time, and who knows exactly how long it has been. It could be a matter of weeks, months, we don't know. But just to go from your child, you're literally screaming and crying, I want my daddy, I want my daddy. And then to end up not even acknowledging you that you're my mom, not acknowledging the fact that I even know you. Like you don't even look like the same person that brought me to this place. So yeah, I really did feel badly for Ruth and the loss of relationship between she and Callie, regardless of what. Ruth is always gonna be her mother, but unfortunately, how can you undo at this moment? How can you undo something that you thought you were doing right, but it ended up not being the right thing on
She
behalf of
totally
your
regrets it.
child.
Yeah, she totally
Yes,
regrets everything. Yeah.
yes, yeah. So we had this moment with the FBI. We got Slim
Mm,
Kowski, Slim Shady. We got Millard as well as we got
yeah.
Duncan the G. Like I'm gonna say what I
Yeah.
feel and I'm gonna mean what I say.
Yeah.
But they're trying to explain, listen, this is not something that's so easy. Like this guy is a control freak. He is the he just cannot you can't trust him with anything. How are we going to get these people out of there? And
Right.
Cal as well as Desiree was trying to tell her, look, this is why we have prolonged this for so long because of the type of individual that the highest is. This man is severely crazy. And
Oh
y'all
yeah.
think that it's just gonna be easy for us to just be able to walk in and take out whomever we want to take out. And of course, Millard has said you got to make the highest feel like he is in control of the situation. You got to make him feel as
Yeah.
if it was his decision, to do whatever it is they're trying to get him to do.
hmm I mean, they got their tactics. Is it any different than what Desiree and Kyle was doing? Yes, it is. It's a little different, but they kind of were like not in control of the situation, and they didn't have this level of negotiation skills, I should say. Right? It wasn't like a plan. But it was just kind of like, okay, touch and go with Desiree and Kyle. Oh, we got this information. Okay, let's try this. Oh, we got this information. Let's try that. And they was just throwing what they say. What's the saying? You throw against the wall and see what sticks. So that's what Kyle and Desiree was doing. But to have Millard and Duncan on board, it seems to be professional. We'll see how far they get.
Yeah, and another thing though, Jay, another thing that Desiree didn't do was really truly have that conversation with the highest. She was always talking to River, aka Michael. She was never really,
Yeah,
talking to the highest. So she didn't take it a step
yeah.
further. She thought, oh, let me talk to the number two person and that'll get us to the highest, but not fast enough. Not fast enough at
Right.
all.
Exactly.
So yeah, shout out to the chat once again. Shout out to the chat.
Salute,
Let's
salute.
see. Demetria Richburg says, "Oh, yeah, Demetria Richburg." But it seemed like Callie was coming around until she saw Obadiah. Yeah, we're gonna definitely get into that. We're definitely gonna get into that
hmm
statement for sure. But it is. It's hard out here for a pimp. That's
Yeah,
all I can
man.
say. Desiree, she tried her best. And by the way, shout out to Gisette Valentine, who portrays Desiree. It's her birthday today.
Okay.
Are we moving into Taurus season or are we still in the Aries
I
season? I don't
don't
know.
know.
Either way, it's her birthday.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday, Agent Desiree.
Happy
We
birthday.
absolutely appreciate all that you're doing on Tyler Perry's Ruthless.
Happy birthday to you.
So
We appreciate you.
for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
This is the moment where River, now that he knows that he and Andrew got to squabble up, he goes to Ruth. I don't know what to do. I don't know. Like all this time, Ruth was hollering for you to come help her, and then you didn't want to help her. Now you going back to Ruth. I don't know what to do. Look like you got yourself in the pickle, River. What you're gonna have to do is grab him by the sack and take him out. Fight him the way that a woman would fight him, and that is go down low. And of course your boys Peter and Manny are just straight clowning
Straight
River
clowning them.
like, bruh, I can't wait for you to lose this fight. He said for you two, you're going to be the main two that I inflict the
That's
worst
right.
kind of punishment on. I know he didn't use those
Yeah.
words, but he tell them y'all got your time coming.
Yeah. It was funny. It was funny to see. And it was funny to hear. I was like, once Ruth said that, I was like, okay, I guess y'all would fight like that. I mean, it makes sense if you got somebody stronger than you, then go to the weakest spot of their body. Tika, would you do something like that?
I absolutely would. If I can't pull out my blinky fast enough and they got their hands around my throat, yes, I'm going to the
Going to the
midsection.
groin.
Yes,
Going to
sir.
the
Yes,
groin.
sir.
Okay.
Going to the groin.
Yeah, and that
Yep.
was just I was kind of surprised that they were laughing at him like that. Like they thought it was over. It was kind of wild, right? Because it's like, bro, that's still Daikon regardless. Like, I don't know why y'all laughing at him. It's like y'all really thought he was gonna lose. And if he didn't get this information, I think he would have lost. I think he would have lost.
Right.
Yeah.
But see, that also, even during the speech, the time where the highest had the speech,
Yeah.
he was telling them like, "Don't laugh," because he's still Daikon. Like
Yeah.
he stepped up. He stepped up when I needed a Daikon. So the disrespect was like all around. The
All around.
people in the audience were laughing because the highest was saying that he needed somebody strong, and they laughed at a strong man.
Yeah.
But they were laughing their butt off in that audience. But again, the highest was like, he reminded me of President Obama. Don't boo, vote.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Don't boo vote.
So the highest was like, don't. Exactly. So the highest was like, don't laugh.
Sorry.
He is, regardless of the nature of it, regardless of who he is right
Yeah.
now, he is still the Daikon. And so yeah, they literally walking around clowning him,
Yeah.
clowning him, but it is what it is. Um
Yeah.
and we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see what happens. We see. Oh, I was about to call him Obadiah. George as well as Lewis. George in that straight praying, Lord Heavenly
Yeah.
Father, we
This
need an angel,
this is this
Father.
is what made me give it a 4 because I was like, come on, man. I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna pray, and then the angel gonna come and da 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 da. I was like, okay. I mean, ain't no wrong with praying. It's just the way that it happened. I was just like, no, no. This is not the Raku. This is not ruthless. Okay, these miracles don't happen like this. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, look, I could say that a couple of times Zane has come through, right? So when Lacey was locked up and other people was locked up, you know, they was like, I'm hungry, I'm hungry. Here comes Zane. She got a cup of water and a plate full of food, but then she puts it in and puts it too far from them to reach it. I remember that. So that's why I was just like, I wasn't really feeling how, what went down and the ending of this right here and how they got away. So
Okay, well, with that being said, God didn't send him an angel at that time. He down sure sent them a devil,
all
and
right.
she goes by the name Elder Mother
Yeah.
Marva, and she went in. I want to see how loyal, how faithful, how much you believe in the Raku and what has the Raku taught you. And even after she questioned them, even after she questioned she laid hands on them. It sounded good. And then George was like, "Oh, well, the mother, can you make us one of those good plates?" one of those good plates that you normally make of that good food, and trying to kind of butter her up and trying to be, seem as if they have been converted. Again, they just had to play the role. As far as for me, as far as George praying, I mean, God can get you through anything. And I don't know. For me, I think that was the point. God can get you through anything, any
Yeah,
shenanigan, just about any shenanigan, even on the Rockadoosh compound. Now, how far that something is going to take you is up to you, but we'll see.
yeah.
So
Shout out
yeah,
to the writer. Shout out
Elder
to the
Mother.
writer for doing that. But again, that's not the Raku way, because we know people who have been locked up in that punishment trailer forever. Ain't no angels coming.
But did you hear any of them? Did you hear any of them actually pray though?
Yeah,
None of them
yeah.
prayed, and
They was
and
praying to the Raku.
that was the thing that
They was praying
yeah,
to the
they was
wrong
praying
person.
to the Raku, but
Yeah.
and see that was the thing. George, he, actually, Lewis said to him, "Listen, that's probably been our problem. We, came into this
Hmm.
place looking for something else, and in actuality, we forgot about our true faith. We
Yeah, it
forgot
was a
about,
message.
who we really believe
Yeah,
in.
it was a message. It was a message in it. It
So
was a message in it. I get it.
yeah, yeah. So after the mother move after she moved on, we're gonna see a scene where the highest River comes in, and I think River was trying to stop the highest from having this whole altercation, but the phone kept ringing. Like, I know River was trying to get out of that fight with Andrew, but the
Yeah.
phone kept ringing, and the highest was like, who is that? And he says it's the FBI. They've been trying to talk to you. So he hands the phone to the highest, and the highest said, I mean, and then um uh Millard on the other line is like, River. And the highest is like, no, this is not River or whatever the case may be. This is the highest. What the hell you want? And why the F y'all keep messing with us? Leave us alone. Like, we're here minding our business. You guys are disturbing our peace. Like, the highest was going off on Miller. He was, and highest, and Miller was like, I understand. I don't like those things either, but I'm really just trying to negotiate with you. What can we do to fix this whole situation?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, here comes the negotiations, right? Okay, what can we do? What can we do? And I mean, I like the exchange, but see, so it wasn't, when I watched it again, it wasn't the highest that chose Callie. It was Miller that mentioned Callie and that she was kidnapped by Ruth. And then he said he didn't even realize that she did that, you know? But again, the lowest is the lowest, man. It don't matter. I don't want to be held responsible. Like, get out of here, man. You're gonna be held responsible for everything. Everything.
Yeah. But I mean, we're gonna get to that moment. I think the highest has something planned for Ruby no matter what though. Because of the conversation prior to him even talking to Millard, him and Obadiah was out there in the woods talking about, or out there in general population talking about who's your strongest soldier. Like, this was way before, this was a little bit before he even had that conversation. So to me,
Hmm.
he and Obadiah already had something up their sleeves
That was part of the unthinkable
in
plan,
regards
right?
to baby girl
That was
Callie.
part of the unthinkable
Right.
plan. So he already had that planned out, but
Hmm.
then Miller just kind
Yep.
of like, it's like, oh, okay. Let's get
Confirmed the
let's get
child. Confirmed
yeah,
the
let's
child.
get Callie. Exchange. Yeah, okay.
So then we got Andrew, and they finally get a phone call through to Andrew. Andrew was saying how, hey, it's about to be a battle. I don't know. I mean, I can beat this guy. Do y'all want me to beat him? Because I can beat, but what's going to happen if I beat him is I'm going to become the number two, and I'm going to be responsible for his unaliving of people, his torturing of people. But for me, I felt like, Andrew, you looking at it the wrong way. Like, as number two, if you was really FBI, you could help these people get off the compound. The same way, the same thought process that Ruth as well as River had. There's a specific way they can get out of this compound. The same way you scooted your ass up in this compound without anybody really knowing, and next thing you know, you in a line with gray and white on. you could have easily used that same route to get people off the compound, but he saw it as, oh, they're gonna make me torture and unalive, and so I just felt like at that moment Andrew was looking at it in the wrong direction. But he does agree that, hey, I'm gonna take a dive because y'all know I can beat him, but I'm gonna take a dive. I'm definitely gonna take a dive.
Yeah, he had to. He had to. I mean, the way I see it, man, if he would have beat him and became Daikon, he had to take a dive because no matter what, if the highest said, okay, I want you to take out all 200 of these people right here, he got to do it. Or here comes Obadiah with the axe. So he would have got axed either way. So yeah, it was good that he did, but he's supposed to be eliminated anyway. So let's see if that happens.
All right, all right. So let's see.
Mm.
Dimitri says there is no loyalty on the compound because why would the highest punish Andrew after saving he and Ruth's life, and how you punish someone who is carrying your child?
Right.
Yeah, there's definitely no
Oh no.
loyalty. But we're gonna definitely get into why the highest, is willing to take Ruth out. It's just one cardinal sin that you don't commit on a Rocketouche
Yep.
compound, and we're gonna get into that.
Betrayal.
But this moment right here was the first time I ever really saw Obadiah actually communicate with the kids, like actually have a conversation. And regardless of the fact that he was referring to or letting them know like what it is to cross over, it was like a humane type of sadistic but humane conversation that he was having with the children. And so baby girl Callie, aka Ruby, was like, well, he said that the when you cross over, there's gonna be horns playing music, it's gonna be dancing, you're gonna be able to eat all the food that you want to eat.
Yeah.
And Ruby was like, well, can I get a maid? Because I'm tired of cleaning up. Even though she didn't say that, but to me, that's what I gathered.
Oh,
She wants
yeah.
can I get a maid or something? Because I'm tired of y'all got me out here
You
cleaning up
funny.
and doing
You
all
are
the stuff that
funny.
y'all doing.
I mean, he was talking about the rapture, dog. That's what he was talking about. And I was just like, no, he is not doing this right now. That's how you are not telling these kids about the rapture, dog. And you making it the rock cool. I was like, bruh, that's why I was like, yo, this is dark. This is super dark. I know what I'm watching, but this is super dark, man.
Hmm.
You're gonna have a mansion. You're gonna have this. I was like, what? Bruh, you killing me right now. You killing me, you know?
Yep. 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 So, yeah, he had that conversation. Like I said, I thought that he would like shush her. Like when she asked the question, I didn't think he allowed them to actually have a voice. You know what I mean? I thought he would like like shush,
Yeah.
like no talking. You know what I mean? But he actually allowed her specifically to have a voice.
I think
So,
he was
one way
Obadiah.
or
He was
another.
Obadiah, the preacher teacher at that moment, not the military leader
Right.
at that moment, you know? Yeah.
Hmm. Yep. So this whole scene right here, this whole moment right here is gonna be. I'm sorry, y'all. I had a high flash, and my fan way on the other
It's
side
all
of the
right.
room.
It's
But
all right.
this moment right here, we're gonna see the angel. Now we got an angel, even though it was the devil earlier that came through and helped them or came to lay hands on them. The angel came through, which was Eli, and Eli was like, "Man, I can't go to this battle. That's supposed to be a battle going on, a duel, and I can't be there for that. That is not why I came to the compound. I came here for peace and love and happiness, and they're out there trying to take people out. This is not why I'm here." And so he literally puts the plate down. Of course, he put the plate down, but George was so hungry, he put his whole face in the plate to get him a bite. And as Eli attempted to find the keys to uncuff them, but he was just like, "Thank you, brother, thank you." He was just so grateful. So that was the angel. That was the angel that came through by the name of Eli. That came through for George as well as Lewis.
Yep. Eh, It was an to me. It was an boo. It's just, I was not. I was just
okay,
not. It was just. It was. To be honest with you, let me be honest. It was just kind of corny to me. Okay, that the I'm your angel. I'm here to save you. It's like bye. Next. That's just me. That's just my opinion on it. Okay.
okay, all right. So then we see the duel, and the duel is about to go down. And of course, we kind of talked about this a little bit earlier, but Andrew was getting the best of River, but then he wasn't. I feel like Andrew could have done way more than what he did to River, but he decided, okay, I know I'm supposed to let you win. So he decides to make this comment. I thought you were supposed to be the daikon boy, and
Yeah.
I think he let that hold go looser than what it should have been. And that's when River had the opportunity to elbow
Yes.
him into his midsection. And then once he rolled over, because at that point he hadn't even, I don't even think he got close to the sack, but he rolled over. And then that's when River stumped him. And he was like, oh man, what the hell? And then at this point, everybody is looking around. Everybody's looking around. But before we get to that, I think I got one other. The pictures, the
Yeah.
commentary from the people was
The peanut
hilarious.
gallery,
And
boy, these guys were going in, man. It was like, he sucks. This is terrible. I could do better than that. And you sure you told him how to, defeat Andrew? Yeah, I told him. I mean, it was just hilarious. Your man Obadiah just sitting there smiling because I don't know, I think he just likes violence. He'll just sit there and just smile throughout the whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
right, right. Right. Yeah. Obadiah, everybody, again, like you say, Elder Mother, she was the one that took. I could do better than that. Yeah, you probably could, Elder Mother, the way you swinging on folks. Again, everybody was laughing and judging the fight techniques of River. But once River was able to gain control of the whole situation, let me go back. Once River was able to gain control of the whole
Yeah.
situation, and Andrew was just laying on the ground, and River was like, "Is no one going to count?
Right.
Like,
Anybody
what
gonna
are y'all
count
doing?" And
him?
even the highest was looking like, is he really
He
down?
was
Like,
surprised.
dang, okay,
Yeah, he was surprised. And when River said that, he kind of like snapped into it, like, okay, one, two. So everybody was surprised. We knew
right.
we know what was going on.
Yeah, he was counting mad slow. But I was just like, he was like, I'm giving you time to get up, Andrew. Like, I really think you should be my soldier, but okay. I think you should be the Daika, but okay. So River is like, now River has been deemed the Daikon, and y'all can't laugh at him now. He says that to take Andrew to the punishment trailer for
Yep.
execution, and then to take Manny as well as
Peter.
uh
Peter.
Peter
Yep.
to the punishment trailer for being bitches and
It's
talking
like
trash
these two
and talking
bitches. I was
trash.
like, yeah.
Yep.
He was on a high horse
Hmm.
at that point. He was like, "Listen, I am the strong man. I am the man." You know what I'm saying? Even though he kneeled down to the highest, like, "I'm at your service." He still knew his place, but at that point, he was the man because half of, not even half, a quarter of the campus was like, they doubted him. They truly doubted him. But
Right.
now look at him making commands. You two over here, and you two with me, and da 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 da. I was like, okay, you just stepping right into the role, like. It is what it is. Step into your greatness, son. Let's go.
And what was so funny is River probably didn't think he was gonna even survive it. Like he didn't really think that he was gonna
Right.
win. Regardless of what Ruth told him to do, in his mind, he still just knew he was gonna lose that fight.
Right.
So that's why he immediately was telling Joan or Zane and Joan or Zane and Ruth,
Yeah.
we got to get up out of here. We gotta
Yeah.
we gotta go before the fight. We can't. I know Ruth told me what to do, but we gotta go before this altercation occurs.
It took him a couple of
So
times.
this is
It
when
took him a couple of times
right,
to stomp on his groin. Because I saw it
right.
one time and he jumped out of the way. But that last time after he elbowed him, he got him. So yeah, River is the man
Yep.
right now. I guess. I guess.
And so he's being smart. He's telling everybody, okay, you two, you go over here, you go over here. talking about you three come with me, talking about Zane, Joan, and Ruth, telling them to come with him. And he's placing people, and I'm like, why the heck is he doing that? But we gonna find out why he did what he did.
Right.
The highest is like, okay, River, I see you.
Yeah. He's like, okay, I see you handling business. Okay. Yeah. Let's get to this,
Yep.
man.
So then he goes to them,
Yeah.
and they definitely ask him, "Hey, why did you send River, or why did you see Mandy and Peter to the punishment trailer?" First of all, they was laughing at me, and then Ruth was like, "Well, hell, that's down there everybody on the
Yeah.
compound that was laughing at you." He said, "But not only because they were laughing at me, they're also two of the strongest soldiers. So basically, the plan is get the two of the strongest soldiers out the way, take protect certain gates, and there's one gate that is already low lie, is covered with bushes. All we have to do is get over that tree or get over that fence, and we good. We good as gold. The FBI is outside. We could just run to the FBI if that's the case. But either way, all we need to do is get over the gate." What you think about the plan, Jay? You think it's a good plan?
It's the same old plan
And
that they
the
had
way
before.
they
This ain't nothing
implemented it.
new. This is not a new plan. This is the same old plan, but now you got the FBI right outside. You know what I'm saying? Like before they did it's the same old plan. It's run like hell, right? That's it. Run like hell. Okay, Joan can't really run. What you gonna do? Put her in a wheelbarrow. You know, do do whatever you need to do to get up out of there. But this is not a new plan. Um, so I don't think it's gonna work. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's the same plan with just
Now he's in
a
command.
couple of advantages.
Yeah, now he's in command.
He got a little bit advantage, just a little bit advantage, because normally those sections would be protected or guarded, and so you know we'll see if they make it, outside the gate. Even if they make it over the gate, it would be interesting just to see if who's on the other side, as on that section where they're trying to get out. But we know the FBI
Whole place
has
surrounded,
everything
man. So
around it.
yeah,
So hopefully somebody can get out and don't get popped doing it, because the FBI unalive Laura.
yeah, yeah.
So, and tried to blame it on, we don't know if it was friendly fire or if it was
Yeah,
the
I remember
Raku
that.
or if it was the cartel.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and this is that phone call where the highest where Millard is asking for Callie. He said, "I can give you," because the highest was like, "Look, I want my people that are outside that front gate that want to come into the compound,
Yeah.
let them come into the compound."
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "Well, let's make a deal. The little girl on the compound, Callie, has been kidnapped by her mother. Oh, well, I don't," as this is when that moment where the heist is like, "Well, I don't want to be responsible for that. I didn't know that the little girl had been kidnapped." And so he agrees that he's going to think about, releasing Callie. But of course, Miller was asking for all the children, and he was like, "No, I ain't getting you all my children. You can't have my children." Like he birthed them. Like, no, you can't have my children. But that was that moment where the highest, he getting more and more flame, because he was like, at any person, Miller said, at any person that wants to leave. And that's when the highest, like, nobody wants to leave paradise.
Lies.
Bitch, we all want to get off of this damn compound. What you mean nobody wants to leave
Lies.
paradise? I'm sorry, I'm cussing, but
He
I was just
he's
like,
he's delusional.
tripping.
He's still delusional, and he's still not on the psychotic meds still, but he's just a little bit calmer now. And I'm wondering how he's managing through this because again, no psych meds, nothing, and he seems to be working through this methodically. Like he's thinking a little bit straight, of course, in the Lois's way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah.
I think that beat down that he gave to River, he normally can calm down after he beat down River
Oh.
the way that he does, the way that he punished. Remember with the pleasure chest, he used to do all kind of things. That when he got angry, that's what he did. He beat
So he got
somebody.
to
So he
stress
had
out. He
River.
got to stress out with people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he got his
I
stress
get
out.
it. I get it. Okay.
Shout out to the people who are dealing with stress this month. This is stress management month. Do what you
Jesus,
got
this
to
is stress
do.
management
Release some
month. I
stress.
did not know
It
that.
really is. Yes,
Man,
yes, it is.
yeah.
That's why.
All right. Shout out to
I just had
everybody.
to think of that.
Stress management month. That is, thank you for bringing that up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Woo.
Hmm.
Yeah. All
So,
right.
yep. And this is another stressful moment. Elder Mother Nine came to the highest, let him know, hey, uh, we got a problem.
I've been saying to my
The
group, I've been
deserters.
saying to my group, not to interrupt you, I've been saying to my group,
Mm-hmm. No, go ahead.
there, for whatever reason, Elder Mother is losing her accent a little bit. Just a tiny bit. You know what I'm saying? It does, excuse me. It doesn't sound as Caribbean as it used to. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit more, more regular English. But she's like, oh, they escaped. Your highest, they escaped. He's like, who escaped? Oh, the fugitives, da 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 da. Da. He's like, what? Somebody let him go. He's like, I know, I know. I'm like, wow. Wow, what happened to the accent, mama? I need that accent back. Come on.
I mean, she whatever American. We don't know whether she's Jamaican or
Caribbean.
Bahamian
She's some
or
type of Caribbean. Yeah.
Trinidadian. She just got some Caribbean
Yeah,
in
yeah,
her.
yeah.
And just like every Caribbean American, it goes in and out. But this was one of those moments because she went to him real humble because she didn't want to be held
Right.
responsible for them being, them having to have been escaping. Like, because she knows anytime somebody does something and she's going in and out of the trailer. Like, why are you going in and out of the trailer,
Yeah.
Elder Mother? Like, are you like the sole person for responsible for punishment? But so I guess maybe that's why she went to him so humble, so he wouldn't think that she was the one that had something to do with it. Because he says, but they were chained, and so somebody had to help him, unchain them and get them up out of the punishment
Yeah,
trailer.
usually he'll blame the messenger. Whoever delivers the
Right.
message, oh, they escaped, it's your fault. Now I'm sending you. That's what he usually does, but this time he didn't do it. He didn't do it
Mm-mm,
this time. I was like, okay. Okay.
mm-mm,
So
mm-mm. Because Obadiah said, "I'm gonna go get him. I'm gonna go find him. Let me go find him."
he's like,
I
nah.
wish he had to let him, but
Yeah.
he's like, "Nah, go ahead, Jay."
He's like, nah. He's like, nah, let him. Let Daikon handle it. You know what I'm saying? I got a bigger plan, B. I got a bigger plan. I got a bigger plan.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "Is it the crossover plan or the unthinkable?" And how said the unthinkable. No,
Crazy,
Ninja,
man.
no.
Crazy. Crazy.
Yep, it was definitely crazy. But then we see our girl Ruth, like Ruth, where first of all, you went into this freaking punishment trailer. I mean, you went to this children's trailer, no blicky in hand, no knife on hand, no nothing to protect yourself. You're not paying attention to your surroundings. You talking loud, baby girl, Callie, it's your mommy, it's your mommy. My name is Ruby.
Yeah.
And then mommy, no, let me take. She took the little hood off, and I'm your mom. I'm your mom. I'm so sorry for bringing you here. We're gonna get off of here. We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna escape. We're gonna leave. We're gonna, just telling the whole plan out loud. And in this whole time, I'm like, you don't hear that door opening? Even I heard the door. You didn't hear that door opening, Ruth.
Mm,
And next thing you know, in the midst of that hug,
yeah.
my name is Ruby. And before you know it, Obadiah was right there on the side of your girl Ruth.
She was
Laying the smack down.
she usually is smarter than that because usually she'll say, "Oh, Callie, da da da," say a little something like, "All right, come with me," and they'll get out of there first. But again, this was the whole setup. This was a setup. It was written the way that it was written. This is not the usual Ruth move. You know what I'm saying? She wouldn't be talking that much. She'd be like, all right, come with me. Come, let's go. Let's go. So it was all a setup. But yeah, your boy Obadiah beating it down, I didn't like that either. I did not like that. I was not feeling that at all. You know what I'm saying? He just popped her 2 or 3 times. I'm just like, bruh.
Yep.
Told Callie, Ruby,
Yep.
wait outside for me, soldier. Wait outside for me, soldier. It's like, wow. And he popped her right in front of her, though. That first pop was right in front of her.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I was like, man, he talking about, yeah, if you wasn't pregnant, I'll take you myself. Let's see what the highest wants to do with you. I was like, ah, man, this is not good. This is not good. Not good at all.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Um, Bebe says the FBI was always looking out. It's always looking out for Callie because of Sam. I agree.
Yep.
I think that Millard definitely knew Sam some kind of
Oh
way.
yeah.
They're connected. And Ruby was definitely, aka Callie, was definitely on that list. So I agree with that for sure, baby.
Definitely.
I definitely agree with that. And if Andrew became Daikon, he would have controlled security and planned to escape with Duncan. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking. That's why he should have become
I
the
thought
Daikon.
that too.
He would have been able to.
I thought that too, but then also thought like this situation, like the unthinkable and the crossover plan. Okay. We know that there's two plans. He knows that there's two plans too. So if
Mhm.
if Andrew knows of all these plans of them, the crossover is when they take the Kool-Aid and then they out of here. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? They're gone. They're going to the Rocco. So if he knows this, he's going to have to execute it. And if he doesn't, then the highest is going to take him out. The highest is going to unalive him. Period. Either way, he's done. So it was best for him to be in this situation. Now you can figure out how to get up out of there, which I think Ruth and him is going to do once we get to that part.
Yep. So we see where Zane is like, listen, she done got herself caught. At the end of the
She
day, I'm leaving regardless. She could have saved us the last time. But she made us come back to this damn compound, and I'm over it. I'm not coming back. I'm not help. I'm not. I don't care if y'all ain't at that gate by midnight. That's y'all
You
problem. I'm
said if
out of
you
here.
ain't at the gate
I
by
am out of
midnight,
here.
I am not gonna be. I'm not gonna help you, Joan. Like I'm gone. I was like, Zane, really? You just gonna break out, huh? You done, huh? She's done. Look, Lacey's gone.
She's
She's out.
hmm
She's out.
she's tired.
Yep.
She's sick and tired. Sick and tired.
Mm-hmm.
So, what up, Yusuf? Real one. Shout out to everybody who is tapping in, tuning in
Salute.
to the Ruthless Roundtable. We absolutely appreciate your
Yeah.
presence. Again, I always say your presence is definitely our presence and our present. And for those of you that are not commenting, but we do see that you are here, it's like over 38 people here right
Salute.
now, in and out, in and out. And we do appreciate you guys for being a part of the Ruthless Roundtable tonight.
No doubt.
And
No
so we
doubt.
see where Ruth is ushered over to the highest.
Wow.
She is ushered over to the highest, and he has laid hands and feet on her. He could care less about her being pregnant. And this was a comment that was here earlier, basically about the highest, putting his hands on Ruth, just even though she is pregnant. Well, once you betray the highest by saying that you want to leave, that's it. He don't care for you anymore. He don't love you like that because the highest has abandonment
Yep.
issues. And I keep saying this, the highest has abandonment issues. So even though you're wanting to leave the physical place, he considers it you leaving him.
Oh yeah.
And so this is why he is so angry at Ruth, regardless, because initially when he saw Obadiah grabbing her and bringing her around, he was like, "What are you doing? Get your hands off of the sacred birth mother.
Mm-hmm.
Sacred mother. She has, she's
Yep.
pregnant." And he was like, "Oh no, this chick wanted to leave. She was in the trailer with Callie planning to leave."
Yeah, and Obadiah knows that. Obadiah knows all of the highest's quirks and all the highest's, just he knows everything. He knows how to manipulate the situation even more so. So, what's up, Renee? So because of that, if you watched it, if you watch it when he says she's trying to leave, when he pushes Obadiah away and he proceeds to slap, if you look behind Ruth, you'll see Obadiah
He's smiling,
smiling.
big ass grin.
Big ass grin. He's like, yeah, he about to whoop your anus. You know what I'm saying? And it was just
Hmm.
like I
Hmm.
said, this guy is just he's in love with evil and fighting and just everything that has to do with the stress of someone else, the loss of something from
Right.
someone else. See, Obadiah's down for all that. He is, like I said, he's the highest level of evil because, like I said, he taught the lowest Everything, just same way he taught those kids in the trailer about the the rapture and what's gonna happen after the Raku. It's the same thing that he
Right.
taught the Lois. You know what I mean? So yeah, this was just terrible, terrible. And he stomped on her too. He
Yep.
kicked her in the stomach.
And he stomped her. Yeah.
Crazy.
He did the H-Town stomp on the boy. I was like, oh, don't stomp in her stomach.
You think the baby
But she
gone?
was grabbing for her leg. Nah, she was grabbing for her leg.
Okay, so
So I saw her grab her leg. I didn't if he had a stumped her in her stomach, she would have been
man,
like crumpled over at the belly.
yeah,
In my opinion. I could be wrong. The highest don't mind hitting anybody at this point.
right.
Yep. So we see, and it was not there was no dialogue between Ruth and River. I mean, Ruth and Andrew at this moment. It was just him looking at her like, "Damn, girl, what you do to get in here?" And he was like ready to squabble up, like he was ready to get his box on for whoever was walking into that punishment trailer. And so he just so happened to see that, oh, girl, Ruth, you in here with
He's like,
me.
what?
Oh
He's
my,
probably surprised, like, what the heck are you doing in here? What
yeah,
what what happened now? What was you trying to do? You're supposed to be the sacred mother. I just saved your life and the highest's life. Like, what? How did you get to this lowest point? You know, uh, and that you
right,
in here with me. You know, you need to
right.
put some clothes on though.
Mm-mm. He can stay
Yeah,
like
look
he
at
can
you.
stay
Yeah,
like
look at
that. He got on
you.
his black
Look
drawers.
at you.
He got on his he got on his black Barca briefs. We good.
Uh-huh.
Nobody's complaining about
I
Andrew,
am.
but
I'm
I do
complaining. I'm
wonder.
number one
I
complaining. Put some clothes
well,
on. Put a robe on.
you're the only one. You'll be all right. They ain't give him
Give
now.
him a robe.
Don't think he got. I wonder do he still had that phone though. I wonder if he still has his phone. He got his boots
Where'd he
on.
put his
He had
phone?
his boots on. He has it. He had
In
it
the
in the shoe the
boots?
last time in the boot.
Yeah, maybe,
Yeah.
maybe, maybe in the booth.
So I hope he someone please call
Oh
911
God.
or something
God.
because how else he gonna get out of
Yeah.
that trailer? How else gonna
Well,
get
they
out
got
of
to
that
come up with
trailer?
some
He
type of
don't.
plan.
And Obadiah said
I said
what?
they got to come up with some type of plan.
Yeah, yeah. Yup. Um, let's see. Okay. The highest didn't hesitate. Nope. Let's see. Renee Beckham says, I couldn't believe that TP put that scene in there hitting the pregnant
Mm.
woman. Listen, if he'll put a boy getting essayed, a young kid getting essayed, hitting a woman, hitting an elderly woman. You see how many times Elder Mother Marva got smacked.
Renee,
So
this is
it
ruthless.
didn't surprise me. It's
You
ruthless.
yeah. Renee, this is ruthless. If they got Lacey with a leg spread open and the mad dudes running through her, man, they gonna show this. They gonna show this one. Yeah.
Hey Daria. Yep.
Yeah.
And then they showed the birth mother with her legs spread wide open on in front of Tyrone.
Hmm.
So it don't surprise me.
Yeah.
It don't surprise me.
Oh yeah.
At this point though, if she lose the baby, do it even matter?
Nah, because she
She
betrayed
has
him. So I
nothing.
mean, he don't care at this point. At this point, he
Yep.
don't care about the marriage. He don't care about the wedding. He don't care about none of that stuff. It's just like, nah, you wanted to leave me the same way my father left, the same way everybody left,
Yep.
right? So
Yep.
yeah,
Everybody who loves him leaves.
yeah,
And yeah, he got abandonment issues.
yeah.
And that's all he's thinking about.
Hmm.
The FBI. Well, this is the moment where the highest is telling River, "Hey, I got something I want to show you." Like, why you want to show River? Where you been? Oh, I've been securing the perimeter. I got something I want to show you.
Yeah.
The FBI is standing outside,
Hmm.
planning. Oh, he says he's going to send out the girl, and he definitely sends out the girl, y'all. And she looking like she looking,
Bruh, bruh.
and she looking like she looking,
That right there,
and
and
she
they
looking
showed it
like she
quick
looking.
too. They popped it on the screen, then they took it right off. I was like, wow, bro, this insane. So, it left me with an ill feeling in my stomach. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I know what I'm watching. I know what I'm watching. I'm watching Ruthless. I gotta remember I'm watching Ruthless. But Callie, no, man. Why y'all going through that to Callie, man? Not Callie. Come on, bruh. Dang, bruh. I
Mhm.
was, I was, I don't know. I felt some type of way. I did for the first time. I don't usually feel some type of way, but because it was Callie, I felt some type of way. You know what I'm saying? So to see her with that on her, and her just standing there like, I'm the strongest Raku soldier. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna sacrifice my life. Ruth has no idea. And if it goes down the way I think it's gonna go down, this is it. Like this is it. Now, I'm not saying it's the end of the show. I'm just saying like this is it for that right there. That's what I showed on my video too. That same face. It's gonna be a sad day on the Raku campus. Sad day. Cause look, let's say we lose Callie, right? To them C4s. And then let's say because the highest did the H Town stomp on her, and she lost the baby too. Oh, it's gonna be dark. Super dark, family. Are y'all ready for that? That's the question. Are you ready for the darkness that's about to hit Ruth? Cause it's gonna be I don't know. I don't know. Are you ready, Tika?
Nope, not at all.
Mm,
It's the same feeling that I had when they didn't give Barry the opportunity to see his daughter on the Oval. We see that Barry was unalive. So I have that same feeling.
yeah.
Like, and then to know the backstory of the Oval, the Nancy and Richard, the turmoil that they're already dealing with, and then at some point, I don't know if they'll integrate that within the show, but at some point they gotta say, "Hey, yo, grandbaby was unalive," and like, how much more crazy how much more can Richard take? We know Nancy is off her rockers at this point, but how much more can Richard take?
Right.
And to be to for them, for Ruth to have to find out. And we know, and looking at this image, we know that Zane as well as Joan
Yeah.
went to let her know, girl, the highest did the unthinkable. And it's in regards to your baby girl.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but this is what went down. And the highest told her, I'm gonna make you live with regret for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Like, I'm about to do literally and this is what it is. I think this is that moment. And a little bit of my mind was like, maybe they're just using her as a distraction and then something else is gonna go kaboom.
Yeah.
But then looking at Ruth's face, nothing, and we talked about this way
We
before
talked
this
about it a long time
season
ago.
actually premiered. When we got the
That's
trailer,
right.
we said that there's only one reason that Ruth will have this type of reaction or have this look of
Yeah.
grief and everything else on her face.
Yep. And we said it. We said it was Callie. That's the only thing that would make her have this face right here.
Yep.
And the baby, not so much. Callie, absolutely. She loves her baby. You saw that right there. She was desperate. She wasn't thinking. She wasn't the same old calculated Ruth. She was real erratic and real emotional when she went to go get Callie. And that's why when she
Yeah.
hugged her, she missed hearing Obadiah creep through the door with that old ass door. How you not hear that old ass door? But it was further, it was way down in
Right.
the trailer. So how could you really hear it? It was way down in the trailer.
Mhm.
But man, this somebody, the hopeful folks are like, well, I think that somebody's going to take the bomb off of her, and then they're going to sacrifice themselves. That's what they want, because nobody wants to see Callie get blown up, man. Nobody wants that. But if it goes down like that, man, how do y'all feel about that? If Callie gets, I'm interested to find out how the family feels about that. If they allow Callie to be sacrificed like this, how do you feel? Because all this time, the mission for Ruth was to get Callie, get whatever money, and get up out of here. Once she found out about the money, but before finding out about the money, she just wanted to get Callie and get up out of there for the longest time. So what is going to be Ruth's mission going forward without Callie? Bruh.
I guess we're gonna find out why they call her ruthless. Let her tell it. We've been trying to find out why they've been called her. Why they call me ruthless? They don't call me ruthless for nothing. Well, girl, baby, it's time for you to get ruthless.
Yeah,
You should have let. You should have let. First of all, you never should have took your baby there. That's number one. I'm going in on Ruth right
go
now.
in on.
You never should have took your baby there. Number two, you should have listened to Tally when she told you, girl,
Yeah.
this ain't what it is. These people about to essay you. Oh no, they're not gonna do. Oh yeah, they're gonna. And then all of a sudden, now it's too late. You wrapped in, you can't get out,
Mm,
we stuck.
mm.
Then you had out River overdosed the highest, OD'd the
Yeah.
highest, and you brought him back. Why, Ruth? I know you wanted to find your kids. Did you really think that the highest was going to tell you where your child was? All those half unanswered
Yeah.
questions about where he was taking
Right.
everybody. Did you really think he was going to tell you where your child was? And now look, because of you, it's going down. Your baby girl is about to go to the Raku for real.
Dang.
And now look at you over here crying.
Dang.
Yeah,
Dang. Well, you know what? We're gonna have
yeah,
our rant session. Once we see the next episode, we're gonna have our rant session. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, this is definitely
my
her
God.
fault. And shout out to you for ranting on and getting on her. But because we've been kind of getting on her here and there, right? But it was like, why you bring all these people back? And it's like you could have let them go and just deal with whatever they deal
Right.
with. This was your mission, but you wanted to use them to
Yep.
help your mission, which is to get the money and get Callie and get out of there. We got to stick together. Okay,
Mhm.
well, now we can't do that because you locked up. Joan, I
Exactly.
was kind of surprised at Joan that Joan was going against Zane and saying, "Yo, we need to do something and try to figure out how to save Ruth." I was very surprised at that
Right.
because
Yeah.
I thought she was just like, "Yo, let's just get out of here." You know, my foot is all messed up, my legs messed up, and I'm ready to go too. So, because they was willing to go. You remember before when we thought it was over when everybody was in the pavilion and all this and that.
Right.
They was ready to get up out of there. Period. Without anybody, they didn't care. They had the money. They split the money. They was gonna split it. What is Ruth gonna do? What is Andrew gonna do? You know. So
First of all, when the sun go down, Andrew is allegedly supposed to be executed. So
you think
we
he?
don't know
You think?
what Andrew gonna be able to
You
do.
think he's gonna try to make a run for it or beat up whoever's gonna come and get him and get up out of there and
I don't know what Andrew gonna do, but I'm praying that he make a move, bro, make a move.
yeah,
Um, somebody had put a comment in here about Andrew.
yeah.
Um, I don't see it anymore. But
Hmm.
all we can do is pray for Andrew. Oh, somebody said that the highest is going to let Andrew go so he can go and find George and Lewis.
Bebe said that.
That's what somebody
Bebe
said in
said
the
that.
comment.
Bebe said that at
Baby, okay,
16:57 my
okay.
time. 16:57. Yeah, Bebe said that. The highest will put Andrew in charge of finding Stumpy and crew. Stumpy. What'd you call it? Bebe said, no, it was Stumpy and something else, Bebe. You had a funny name. She posted it in my group. I was like, you are hilarious, yo. But yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely. Hmm. Oh, Renee
Yeah.
got a question here.
Like, okay. Hold on, let me get back down now.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Didn't Joan have kids on the compound? That's what she said, but we never saw them. And for
Yeah.
me, at that time when she was acknowledging that, it was like, or when she was saying that, she was trying to get in good with Ruth and Callie to see if Ruth and Callie were trying to escape. So back then, I didn't trust nothing that Joan said. So she haven't mentioned her kids since. It's like she don't have kids. So I don't know. I don't know if she really had kids on there. She never looked at any kids a certain way, unless you noticed something that I didn't, Jay.
Nah, nah. We've never seen Joan have a conversation with her kid. We've never heard Joan express, "Oh, I need to go see my child." We've never seen that. So I think she was just kind of like saying it just to kind of go along with whatever that situation was at the time. Like she had a stake in being there or had a stake in trying to get out. So, just to kind of like join in and relate to Ruth and say, well, I got a kid too. Whoever she was talking to, it
To
is what it
Tally,
is. Yeah.
she was trying to
Yeah,
bond and
she was,
connect with
yeah,
Tally on that
yeah,
level
trying to
because
bond.
she was telling
Exactly.
them, yeah, yep,
Exactly. She ain't got no kids. We would have been seen the kid. We would have been heard about the kid. Yep. Yep.
and then at some point coming up, we gonna see River. He got a
Yep.
backpack. He got
He got
money.
some money.
He still
He
got on
got
his
the
black
money.
outfit. And he looked
Yep.
like he running, but where is he running to?
This is going towards midnight, right? So it's the same
Mm,
day. So if this is going to happen in the next episode, which I believe it will, this is him trying to escape at that midnight hour to go through that fence. So we'll see what happens. Is Zane gonna show up? Are they gonna get Ruth? Is Joan gonna show up? You know what I'm saying? With a wheelbarrow so they can wheelbarrow. Who knows?
she better limp. She better limp for her life. That's all I can say.
She better limp for life. Run for life, limp for life.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And the last image that I have, y'all, was
Yep.
they about to drink the wine,
So that's
drinking of the wine.
Operation Crossover. Operation Crossover is
Crossover.
gonna go down.
I don't know if this is
And
gonna be on episode 17. Somebody said, did we see the synopsis for episode 18? I did see that there is a synopsis out there for episode 18.
yeah,
Whether they give it to us or not, I don't know, but
I'm thinking
I
this
read it.
this might be the cliffhanger. This
Mm,
picture might be the cliffhanger to lead us into the next season.
got you.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, all right, everybody take it. It's time to go to the Raku. And
Right.
everybody
When your
takes it
comeback the highest.
and then they're gonna leave us hanging for another
Right.
6 months.
Right.
You
Or
know, you
here.
know how they do. You know how they do.
For sure.
You know how they
Definitely.
do. Yeah, yeah.
Definitely. Definitely. But whew, we
And
have gotten through the entire episode of Tyler Perry's
this was
Ruthless, season
intense.
5, episode 16. Extremely
Intense.
intense, Jay. Extremely intense.
Stressful. What'd you
And
say? It's stress
stress
management month?
stress management
See,
month.
what you doing to me, TP? You getting me stressed out over Callie and over
Okay.
Ruth. I mean, I'm trying to manage this stress period in life, and you gonna give me this? Wait till you
Right.
see the next episode tomorrow, right?
Oh
So
my
it's just,
God.
bruh.
Listen, Jay, I don't know. I don't know. I might need something
Yeah.
to drink. I might need a little alcohol.
Hey,
'Cause
you might
this,
have to, you know what I'm saying?
ooh.
Get a little
And I
shot
have
up, you
no
know?
alcohol in my home right
Appreciate
now.
y'all.
So
You have no alcohol?
none. My daughter drank
Oh,
it all.
you better go to the stove. What time is it over there? It's 8 o'clock. You better go to the
It's
stove
8 o'clock
before it
at
close.
night. Listen, Uber Eats, holla at me.
Oh,
I
there you
need me a
go. You got Uber Eats.
I
That's
need me
right.
a
That's right.
bottle. Let's see. I
Yeah.
love y'all's ruthless lives. Keep up the excellent work. Thank you, Nautical
Thank you,
Moon. We
Nautical Moon.
absolutely
Thank you.
appreciate you. We do
Definitely
appreciate
appreciate you.
you.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Tika, thank you so much for my gift. I love. Oh, awesome! I'm so glad you got it. And part of my
Nice.
handwriting, I had surgery on my hand, so the struggle was real trying to fill stuff out. I was writing like I was 5 years old, but I'm so glad that you were able to receive it.
Very
And
nice.
Soul Robinson,
Hey.
listen, you can always hit that replay game, baby, on
Yeah, definitely.
either channel.
Yeah.
All things Ruthless,
Hit that replay.
VACAY-JTV. Hit that replay, and once you hit that
Appreciate you.
replay, type in replay game,
And hit
ruthless
the like
replay,
button.
whichever one you want to type in. We absolutely appreciate you for coming through.
Yeah.
So,
Appreciate you. Yeah.
oh Jay, so we see what we see. What are your thoughts? And do you have any information on? Oh, we talked about episode 18, the possibility of whether there is or isn't an 18. But with that, any final thoughts and
Yeah, I think
what's coming up
there's an
next?
18. Yeah, I think there's 18. Hopefully there is one, they be bamboozling us sometimes. Excuse me. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the next episode coming tonight. Don't ask me what time. You already know. If you're a Ruthless fan, you already know. Get a nap in, stay up late, do what you
That
need to
part.
do, get that in. We gonna watch it. We gonna break it down. Look out for the Ruthless recap, of course, from your boy. I'm gonna do my recap, and definitely just dropped the episode 2 of the Godfather Harlem recap, where we have Frank Lucas finally on the scene. You know what I'm saying? So I know Tika that you like the actor,
I
so
like
that maybe that'll make you watch the
Ron
show because
Flint.
you
Yeah, he
like
might
Ron
lead me
Flint.
into it, of course.
That's why they put him on the show, so you can be like, you know what, I'm gonna make time to watch Ron Flint. So hopefully you'll watch it. But definitely check out the recap for that episode 1 and 2. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Thank you for your support. And yeah. Just look out for some. I just dropped a short special tribute to Godfather of Harlem. Check that out in my shorts. I made them into like superheroes and action figures. You know me, I'm on my AI right now. I'm on my AI
I mad
learning
at it.
experience. You know what I mean? So definitely check that out, support that, share that out. And other than that, man, we just holding it down. We just holding it down here. And you already know, keep it locked, keep the notification bells on. You know, I randomly go live sometimes. And this week there's no Raising Canaan, but next week is Raising Canaan. So hopefully, sometime next week they'll be dropping, some clips and stuff like that. So look out for that. Look out for some exclusive stuff. If they drop some pics, you already know we're going to do what it looked like, the game where we kind of figure out what's going to happen in the next episode. Other than that, thank you everybody for coming through to the Ruthless Roundtable. Appreciate you. Appreciate the love. Thank you, Tika, for holding it down. Of course, appreciate you. And what's going on with you, T?
Woo. Well, I'm definitely going to do. I found a bootleg copy that I can get a couple of images from for Sinners. So I'm gonna do a full recap on Sinners. Ryan Coogler, Michael B. Jordan. Oh my God, you guys! If you have not seen Sinners yet, oh,
Yeah.
you're missing out. It's a lot of messages in there. It's a lot of messages. But I'm definitely gonna do a recap on Sinners. And just Ruthless until the very last episode. I'll do a couple of little since I go live like 2 to 3 times talking to Ruthless or talking about Ruthless. I won't actually do an individual breakdown video. I may do one depending on how much they give us tonight. Tonight, tomorrow, some of y'all time frame. I may go ahead and do the actual recap, but I've just been
Mhm.
enjoying it, talking about it live so much
Mhm.
that it's like the recap way. It's like Mm, it ain't nothing like talking to people, engaging with people, but I may give it that way as well. And then just little breakdowns of different little characters. Y'all, please make sure y'all check out that video, the video that I did, Callie, about Ruth and Callie. How did we get here? It kind of shows a little bit of the evolution of Callie from the first day she came to the Rockadoosh compound up to where she is now. And for those of you that have already checked that video out, I absolutely appreciate you. And just looking forward to what's about to go down on the Rockadoosh compound, y'all. Again, happy birthday to Gisette Valentine, who is
Happy birthday.
Desiree on Ruthless. Of course,
Yeah.
we celebrated a little bit of um, um, Lenny Thomas, as well as Zephaniah Terry, who was
Yeah.
William on Ruthless, as well as, of course, Malcolm or Anthony Bless. I mean, Jesus, got Anthony Bless on my mind. Lenny Thomas, who portrayed the original one and only Daikon.
That's right.
And so we celebrated them last week, but that's pretty much it. That's all that's going down on in all things Ruthless. And if y'all aren't
Yeah.
follow me on IG, feel free to head over to IG. I post a lot of stuff over there. So just just
Yeah.
just rock out with your girl. I appreciate y'all for real though, for engaging with us, for continually
Yes.
engaging with us, taking out the time to come over here and engage with us. And then y'all literally follow us, whatever live or conversation we're doing. You guys are always there. So definitely thank you guys. So shout out to Renee Beckham, Dimitri Richburg, Saul Robinson, Bebe, Nautical Moon, Cosmic Kai Kai, who else we had up in here? Deborah Coleman, Ja UFC. If I missed your name, Kimberly Woods,
Yeah.
Daria for sure.
Daria.
I am okay. I got the rest of y'all, but thank y'all so much for tapping in, tuning in, kicking it with us right here at the Ruthless Roundtable. Y'all have an amazing evening and stay ruthless.
Salute.